Hello there, welcome to this Sound Megas music production video. Now I've not got a full track here, so we're going to pretend that I've got a full track and we'll use it from that. But what I do have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 VST instruments, and basically there's drums, bass, a bit of this and a bit of that. Now if I just go onto my MIDI controller, I'll just turn all these down and I'll let you hear what there is there. Right, okay, so what we've got is... what is that? That's probably the audio. Now there's nothing special about the track. There's nothing even good about the track really. It's just presets that I've chosen. I've chosen a couple deliberately because they sound very similar, and the rest are just presets I came across. This is about the principles, nothing else. So what have I got? Probably a silent preset. It is. Oh. It's an Ace preset. Zebra 2 preset, an Omnisphere preset, Trillion preset, Stylus preset, and the very first preset on silent, I believe that is. Right, okay, now what I need you to imagine is that you've created a track with this lot. So you've already got your track created, but the way I do things is I concentrate on finding sounds that I like. Now, I like these sounds, but they're nowhere near what I would call being ready to be released. And the reason for that is there's no processing on any of the sounds whatsoever. I hadn't added EQ, I've not added compression or reverbs or delays, or there's no filter, frequency, ramps, there's nothing done here. Now this is just the way I prefer to do things. So what I would then do is, let me just rename these tracks so we know exactly what's what. Okay, so as you can see I've renamed them. Right, so let's make a quick arrangement. Now, you would probably have your track made already, but I'm just going to make a quick arrangement with this, okay. So okay, as you can see I've made an arrangement. For the purposes of this, we're going to we'll just pretend this is a whole track. Now, what we've got here is our sounds have been chosen for whatever reason that you like them, but there's been no processing yet, no EQ, nothing. The fact that there's no EQ, no processing, and it may be a bit strange to some of you, but basically what this allows me to do is it allows me to choose sounds, and then it allows me to be creative on the kind of artistic level. Artistic being the opposite to technical in the manner of speaking that I'm doing at the moment. So I choose my sounds and then I make an arrangement with the sounds, just a basic arrangement. We're not looking for the final article here. So we've got a basic arrangement with the sounds that I like, and I'll just play it. Now of course it's going to sound terrible because there's no processing and all the levels are at 0 dB. Okay, so as you can hear from that, the arrangement, there is an arrangement there, like there's a little intro, there's a little build up, there's a kind of main section, and then there's a little outro, and then it comes up to the main break. So I've made like a little mini arrangement here, but as you can hear, all the levels are terrible. There's sounds cancelling other sounds out, there's all kinds of things, and that's the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show you that you can do this, you can make this basic arrangement. Don't worry about EQ, compression, send effects, delays, all this kind of stuff. Now, if you've got some filter cut-offs in that you've maybe programmed into one of your synths and stuff, we can deal with that. But don't worry about any other processing. And the reason for that is what I do next. I convert each one of these MIDI channels into an audio channel. Okay, which basically gives me this. Now, as you can see, it's the same basic arrangement as the VSTs, except I've done a few things to make it a little bit better. So we'll forget about the VSTs now. We've converted everything to audio. Now again, if we go to the mixer and we look at just the audio channels, okay, so what we have here now all the processing's turned off. The reason these processors are there is because I'm going to show you something with them, but initially, when you convert all your VSTs, so the little arrangement that we had, or in your case it'll be your full track with no processing, you would convert to audio processing if you had, say, a filter cut-off sweep or something like that. But you don't want to have any processing. You end up with this. In fact, don't end up with this, but you end up with something similar to this, but there'll be no colours and none of the other stuff. So you end up with a basic arrangement. Okay, to make it a bit easier for you to understand, what I've done is I've exported each section of the track as an audio file. So this is our arrangement here. So I'm just gonna, if you would have exported this is what you would have got. Obviously you would have had all these parts muted. So I'm just going to copy that now, I'll just mute everything, and then just use the unmute button to make things. So that. Okay, then this. Then that. And so on. Okay, so now that should sound exactly the same as that top one, which it does. I'm not going to play it through, but... So all we've done is we've created our track in MIDI, no processing. We've then converted that MIDI to audio, and this is what we've got. Now the reason I'm doing it like this is several reasons. There's MIDI timing problems. Your MIDI instruments don't play perfectly every time. What I'm trying to go over here is that you should try and separate things into different areas. So when we choose our sounds and we do the arrangement, that's our kind of creative or right brain, as it actually is. It's the right brain that deals with the creative side when you're drawing or making music or whatever. Whereas once we've made the music, so we've chosen the sounds, we've arranged the sounds, I then want to go into my left brain area, my engineering side, the technical side, if you like, the more logical side. And this is what I'm doing here. I'm making it a completely different process. If it was actually a track, I would now delete that VSTs section and save this as a completely different project. So now I've got my arrangement. Now is when I start to go through my mixing and basic arrangement techniques, just to make sure that everything is as they should be. Now, so we've mixed down to the raw audio files, that's what this is, with no processing. Then we're left with this. We're left with this audio version of our track. So now what we're going to do is use some techniques to help us get this track ready, and to get it ready for the mixing stage, and maybe iron out some arrangement problems. So generally, I never have any more than 3 to 5 items playing at any one time. Now people will say 3, But I used to do 3, but 3's not enough, because I think I don't count basically the drums and the bass. So I do 3 at the most, but drums and the bass don't count, because they're always kind of playing, aren't they, apart from different sections, like maybe a break or something. Okay, so going by that logic, we'll check our arrangement just to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so we've got 2 there, sounds fine. Okay, that sounds okay. Okay, it's fine, it's 5, I wouldn't use any more than that, but I'm going to fade that in. Okay, and this brings me to another point. Try not to have something playing for more than 3 times in a row. And if you do, on the 4th time, make a change. So like for instance, the bass is playing 3 times here, but the drums is playing 4. Now, granted, again, this kind of 3 or 4 times played at the most is normally I just use that in relation to lead sounds and maybe percussion loops or whatever. And I wouldn't count that as 1 because it's fading in. And I would maybe make the fade a little bit more complex or deeper. So maybe just do that. So I've got a deeper fade in there. Okay, so I would count this as 1, but we're getting up to 4 here, so we need to make a change here, I believe. And I'm going to do it there. So I'm going to just cut everything here. Oh, that was the wrong one. Undo that. Just cut that here, and I'm just going to mute the drums, mute the bass, mute that, mute that, mute that. And it's also, if you can see there, look, it's 4 times here as well with the mellow pad. So what I might do is fade that out. But what I am going to introduce is the saw lead. So let's hear what that sounds like. Okay, I'm going to fade this out as well. Maybe there. Okay, that's not so bad. I don't know if I want that there. I'll mute them for the time being. Okay, and I might just add a fade on. No, I won't fade that one, but I'll fade that one in, and I'll fade this one out. And I'll probably fade this one out here, because it's the 4th time. And I don't think there's any need for any of this here. However, I will fade it in there, because I'm going to use it here in the break. Now again, as you can see, I'm not using this rule with the bass and the drums. However, I might use them here. You could fade. Maybe I could let's have a listen. I think we'll maybe fade the drums and the bass out here. get away with that. I think we'll bring this one in here and we'll use this one with a fade, and we'll take the fade away from this one. So let's hear that from the beginning. Okay, and I'm going to pitch shift these parts here. I'll just pitch shift them by. I'll just cancel that because I want to do that one, and that one. I'll just process, pitch shift all three of them by, pop them up with 3 semitones. Just add a little bit of variety. And maybe again here, maybe. I don't know how that'll work, how it'll sound. You can try it. Now again, maybe you've done all this in your arrangement prior to this and it would already be there. Remember, this is just because I don't really have a track as such. Worked quite well actually. Okay, I'm just going to tidy this up now by deleting all of these bits, because yeah, it's not the greatest, but I think we can go with this so that I can actually show you the real parts of the video. So there's our arrangement. Again, it's nice little tricks like that. Don't use anything more than 3 times. If you do, kind of fade it out, maybe not count it. Like see, drums and bass, do they really count? It's up to you. See, 1, 2, 3. There's a full one there, full one, 3, and then I faded that one out. 3, again 3, and faded that one out. 3, no, even 3 on that one. So it's really up to you. Obviously, you're going to spend more time on your arrangement than that. But I'm going to finish this video now, and in the next one, we'll start getting into some other aspects of mixing.